Another slate of cabinet ministers sworn in, the public reacts, and police arrest 3 men following a high-speed chase. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leah Cooper with your JCN News for this Wednesday, September 22nd. 11 cabinet ministers sworn in this afternoon. They joined the 10 already sworn in over the weekend and earlier this week. Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Obi Wilshcombe, was sworn in as Minister of Social Services and Urban Development. He will also serve as leader of government business in the House of Assembly. Marathon MP Lisa Ramming will serve as Minister of State for Social Services and Urban Development. Carmichael MP Keith Bell was sworn in as Minister of Labor. Golden Isles MP Vaughn Miller will serve as Minister of Environment and Natural Resources. Elizabeth MP JoBeth Colby Davis will serve as Minister of Transport and Housing. Pine Ridge MP Ginger Moxie is Minister for Grand Bahama. Garden Hills MP Mario Boleg was sworn in as Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. Michael MP Basil McIntosh will serve as Minister of State for Environment. Pinewood MP Miles LaRota is now Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister. Golden Gates MP Pierre Glover Roll will serve as Minister of State for Public Service, and Zane Lightbourne will serve as Minister of State for Education. This slate of ministers completes the Davis-led administration's cabinet. The Progressive Liberal Party's new cabinet has the public stamp of approval, as there's a mixture of new and old faces. Here's Laurencia Smith with the public's reaction.
It's been almost a week since the Progressive Liberal Party gained control of the government, and one of the key components of any government is its cabinet. 9 new cabinet ministers were sworn in on Monday, and following that swearing-in ceremony, Love 97 News took to the streets here in the capital to get the public's reactions to some of those new cabinet appointments made by Prime Minister Philip Davis. One resident, Ronaldo Roll, says that he's pleased with the appointment. However, he was surprised by the appointment of Freetown MP Wayne Monroe QC as the Minister of National Security.
I am most certain they will bring some innovative ideas to the Honorable House and represent our country very well. The most shocking one would have been Mr. Wayne Monroe, who I thought would have been the Attorney General, but he turns out to be the Minister of National Security, and I do think that he will serve well in that ministry.
The new cabinet is currently made up of 21 ministers, including Deputy Prime Minister I. Chester Cooper, who's the Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation. Ruby Saunders shares her thoughts on the new cabinet and notes that she's very pleased with the appointment of Glenys Hannah Martin as the Minister of Education, Technology and Vocational Training.
Well, I think they're great guys. I know they will serve the country well. And I know Mr. Davis is a man true to his word. My experience with him is telling me that the job is done. Davis is just simply follow through on your word. Whatever you say to the Bahamian populace, just do it. You know, like Nike said, just do it.
Our news team also asked the public what advice would they give the new Prime Minister. Joanne Knowles was not short on advice.
Good advice what I give them is don't sit on the seat and do nothing. 5 years is very short. Go there, work, help the people. A lot of people are hurting. And guess what? 5 years, like I say, is very short. You go in there to work. Not to build up your bank account, build house, get a car, feed at your car, your wife or whoever. Time to work for the people. The people vote you in, and that's the people who will take you out too.
Many say they are pleased with the appointments and optimistic about the mixture of new and old faces will bring to the Davis-led administration. I'm Laurencia Smith for JCN News.
Just under a week since the new Progressive Liberal Party has been swept into power, Bahamians today called into Love 97's Issues of the Day talk show with host Wendell Jones to voice their opinions based on 2 questions put forth. The first, what should be the new government's main focus or priority in the short to medium term?
Yes, I think the first priority, Mr. Jones, should be a new hospital. Our hospital is outdated, the morgue is too small, and that'll do well for Prime Minister Davis' legacy.
I just think we should move away from investing so much into Princess Margaret. The critical care blocks and the critical care sections of the hospital we could invest into that. But I think we need to put more into turning some of these clinics into mini hospitals.
Do we need another hospital? Yes, we do. That hospital is outgrown itself. That hospital is away from the majority of people. The traffic to get to that hospital is horrendous.
The state cannot afford a hospital.
We can't afford it because we can't afford it. We can afford anything in this country because we're getting ready to build a new central bank. We don't really need a central bank right now. We're getting ready to build a new House of Assembly. We don't need a House of Assembly right now.
Prime Minister Philip Davis says the battle against COVID-19 and the resurrection of the economy will be the main focus. The second question has to do with former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis and if the public thinks he should remain leader of the Free National Movement. The callers were diverse in their answers.
I think Mr. Minnis, if the message wasn't clear to him that, he is no longer wanted, then I don't know what else needs to be said about that.
So you think that he should not be the leader of the official opposition?
I just think he should just disappear, Mr. Jones. He has nothing else to offer, I don't think. He's demonstrated his inefficiency to be a leader of the country.
Mr. Jones, I really don't care what Dr. Minnis is in charge of, as long as he's not in charge of the country. It really don't matter to me.
Yeah, but
should he charge anything, whatever? As long as he's not in charge of the country, it really don't matter to me.
So should he be leader of the official opposition?
I don't care.
Step down. Step down. He needs to go. He needs to go.
In reference to your question whether Dr. Minnis should remain, well, if they made the decision for him to remain, that's good. He can stay here and defend the last 4.5 years as being Prime Minister. That's a good thing.
The Free National Movement's Central Congress is expected to meet tonight to decide the fate of Dr. Minnis continuing as leader of the official opposition in the House of Assembly. Reportedly, Dr. Minnis is prepared to step down as party leader at the party's next convention. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.